Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to do a Hello Kitty cake. And the first step is just getting our vanilla cake batter or whatever cake batter flavor that you want ready. And I've done the vanilla. You can find this recipe on my YouTube channel. Just go search vanilla cake batter. And I have greased and floured a 13 by 9 inch pan, and I'm going to just go ahead and pour it in. This is going to be my Hello Kitty cake, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the kitty, Hello Kitty, out of this cake, and then we're going to proceed to decorate it. This is a really simple cake. If you're not, too comfortable with decorating cakes, this is pretty easy to do. So if you've been wanting to try and you don't know where to start, I would definitely say this one, because there's a lot of different techniques in this one that I'm going to show you. We're going to work with buttercream, we're going to work with fondant, and we are actually also going to work with an icing transfer, a frozen buttercream transfer. So this is going to show you how to do a lot of those little techniques that I've been showing you all along. And these are all pretty simple and basic. So, like I said, grab a bowl and definitely follow along. This one's going to be fun. So, there you go. I'm just going to put this in the oven at 350, and I'm going to bake it about 25 to 30 minutes. And when it's done, I'll come back and we'll proceed to the next step. Okay, guys, so my next step, my cake is in the oven. We're just going to do a 1-layer cake. Please feel free and do this kitty cake however big you want, okay? But mine is just going to be a 1-layer cake. It's just strictly for demonstration. So there is my Hello Kitty pattern, and you can draw this, you can print these out, and whatever works for you. I have drawn Hello Kitty, and then I just kind of did the bow, okay? And this is our icing transfer. I don't know if you can see what that bow looks like, but I just kind of made it the way I thought it would look with the red, and then I was going to outline it in black. I'm not going to try to draw a bow with icing on a cake. That's not going to happen. I'm not that good, so I would much rather do an icing transfer. So the first step to an icing transfer is to always outline your drawing or whatever you're doing in black. And that's what I've done. I hope you can see that. The outside of the bow is going to be black and the inside is going to be red. Now that I've got it all outlined, I am going to throw this in the freezer for a few minutes and let that icing set up before I add in my color. So we'll be back. Guys, so my cake is cooled and baking. My cake is done baking and cooling. And I have my bow for my icing transfer. We're going to do the next step with that. I made some little eyes. I will adjust those as we go. And then I also made a little nose from fondant. Okay, like I said, I just did all that pretty quickly, pretty easily. Now I don't need my pattern under my icing transfer, because I know that this is all going to be filled in with red icing. Now, my icing transfer has been in the freezer. Okay, and that black is pretty cold, and now all I'm doing is I'm filling in with red. Okay, and I just want to make sure that my red is touching the black, and all I'm doing is literally I'm just coloring in the line. Alright, so I'm gonna just show you a little more of that. You can always lift up your transfer. You want to make sure that your icing touches the wax paper. You can always lift it up to see what additional adjustments you may need to make. So just outline it again with the red, just to make sure that I get all of it. I don't want any gaps between icing colors. And then I'm just going to fill it in like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this finished up, and then I'll bring you back for the next step. Okay, so the red is set up. When I say check it, I just want to show you what I mean. You can lift it up and make sure that the icing is all touching each other. Then you're just going to take white, okay, because that's going to be the background color for the cake, because, you know, Hello Kitty's white. And we're just going to take that, put it in a little resealable bag, and snip off a corner. Okay, and then we're just going to basically go right over the top. Okay, and I'm just going to do that all around the bow. And then I'm just going to fill it in, just like I did the colors, but with white. And this, you don't, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, because this is all going to be touching the cake anyway. And then the other side. Okay. And then I'm just going to tap it down a bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and outline it just a touch, just to keep the black from getting on the white, since she is going to be iced in white. So I'm just going to go around . Okay. Just make sure it's on each side here. Alright. Now I'm going to, my white's a little bit soft, as you can see. So I'm going to stick this in the freezer for just a minute. I'm going to let it set up. And then we'll come back and smooth it out just a little bit. So we'll be right back.